Alright, that's the thing here, back with a new one. And in this video, I'm just gonna give my experience with donating blood. And the reason why I'm bringing it up today is because I've been hearing quite a few advertisements or advertisements, depending on how you want to say it, about encouraging people to give blood. And I thought, hey, this would probably make a good PST video, personal story time video. So I'm like, okay, let me just tell my experience with that. And it was back in 2017. Yeah, I think it was 2017. It was 2017 or 2018, but I'm pretty sure it was 2017. And I was just, I kept hearing about it a lot at that time as well. And I was like, you know what, let me do it and give it a try and go, because I'm not really afraid of needles. I'm someone who, enjoys tattoos and will likely keep getting tattoos on the regular. So I was like, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. And I've had my blood drawn before, so I was like, okay, they normally use like these little butterfly needles and things like that. So I'm like, okay, it's not going to be an issue. That's what I thought anyway. But when I got there, they ask you questions and things like that to find out, okay, if you're suitable to donate blood and things. And then also, just on the side, it's funny because one of the questions they asked was if I was gay. And I said no, because I'm not. But then I asked the person who asked me that question, is like, shouldn't the question be if I engage in like anal sex? Isn't that what you're trying to really say? And then they looked at me and then looked at the question and was like, looked at the question and was like looking upside down on it and like, you know what? You're right. I was like, that's right. And she was like, yeah, that would probably get changed in the future and things like that. And I'm like, yep. Trend set that. No, but in all seriousness though, they should really change that question. I think it's just really weird to ask. You shouldn't be asking someone if they're gay. It's more so you want to know if they engage in like anal sex or oral sex or something like that, It's not necessarily exclusive to gay people. But anyway, that's just on an aside. Yeah, I hope they address that and change it. But yeah. So anyway, I go in there, they ask me the questions and things like that. Yeah, I made sure I had an iron-rich meal and things like that before I came in. And one of the things that you're also supposed to do is, I think it was like 4 to 8 cups of water. I took that as, before I go in. But it was actually supposed to be, throughout the day. 4 to 8 cups spread out throughout the day. And I was like, ew. But anyway, I just went ahead anyway. I was already there, so I was like, okay, come in and just do it. So I went to, I guess, the waiting area. And keep in mind, this was in the gym too. So I went to, it was like a school's gym. They had a clinic in the school's gym. So I went to I said waiting area, but you're really just in this open space where everyone can see you and things like that. And so I'm just there waiting. And then I see the needle. And I was like, oh my God. I did not expect the needle to be that big. It was a thick, girthy needle, and like the tip was very blunt, at least to me anyway. And on top of that, I thought like, okay, I was gonna go in. They'll use some like what they call a butterfly needle, because that's what I had done at a clinic. So I thought I was gonna go in and they're gonna use that butterfly needle and fill up some vials. They're using some dirty needle to fill up a big bag. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, like if it wasn't for them already seeing me before I saw the needle, and if it was easy for me to sneak out, I would have left. I would have just left, because I was like, yeah, that needle was way bigger than I thought it was going to be, and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. But I was like, oh, I'm here, suck it up and just go do it. So I went anyway. We were trying to find like a good vein, and I think he was insistent on trying to get my right hand, but I was like, oh no, I'd rather my left. And so I guess eventually he settled on it and he went and put the needle in, and it hurt. And the moment he put that needle in, ears just like, head went light, ears burst. I was just like, oh, it just gone wavy. I was like, oh, this was what it probably feels like when, you know, when people are dying, losing blood and things like that. It's like, now I know why they can't keep their eyes open. It's just everything is wavy. You just want to relax and close your eyes and just throw your head back. But yeah, it was a weird experience, you know. Like, I mean, that experience itself, like the head lightness and things like that, it wasn't painful. It was just like, oh, it's just weird. And I just wanted to like lie down. I mean, I was already lying down. They had you like in some kind of recliner, but I was just like, oh, I just want to like go home and lie down. But anyway, that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part is like, I seen the blood come out and it was like going through the tube and trying to get into the bag. But because I wasn't hydrated properly, the blood was like moving like molasses. So it was like going at a slow down with inside the tube. It didn't even get into the bag. I was just like, oh my gosh. So it was like, wait, why is the blood stopped? And then I seen the guy come around and he's looking at the thing and just like, he's disappointed or whatever. And I was like, oh, I wanted to say that, yeah, can I just call it for today? But I didn't want to like, you know, I've already disappointed him. I didn't want to give up or anything, you know. I didn't want to waste, you know. I wanted him to sack me out. And eventually he was like, yeah, I think we should try again another time. And I was like, yep, I agree. So I got up and I was heading out. And there's some people at the door there that, you know, are offering, as people go, offering people to sit down and have some juice, have some drinks, and eat cookies or something like that. I guess they thought I probably donated the full, whatever, pint. I don't know how many liters they were taking. But I was like, oh no, I'm okay. You know, I just really wanted to get home and just lie down, you know. And they were still pushing me to come and sit and eat. And I was like, oh no, I just really need to go. And or at least take the water. And I was like, okay. And I took the bottle of water and I left. And then when I got into the car, I just threw the seat back and took about two minutes or so, like just a little nap. I was just like, and then yeah. And then I just drove home after that. It was no problem driving home. I guess because they didn't take much out of me. So I wasn't that loopy. But anyway, I got home and I was just like, felt much better once I got home though. Yeah, I just needed to get home and sit down. But yeah, the sad thing too, I mean, not only did I waste their time and waste their supplies, but I didn't even get to see my blood type. That's kind of why I went, is because I thought I was O negative. So I wanted to get confirmation because I made up a profile and everything. So when they take my blood, they would update my profile with my blood type, and then they'll, you know, update the information that I've given this much blood at this time and all that, you know, because you're supposed to only give a certain amount within a certain period. So that helps you to keep track of that. So I was really looking forward to seeing my blood type, but I guess it wasn't enough blood, or they just didn't care and they probably just threw it away. And I was like, I would have liked to have known that type of blood I have, but oh well. So yeah, that was my first time and likely my last time, you know, donating blood. But I do like the idea. Like, I think it's good. I mean, we need people to do it. And I definitely would donate blood if it was like an immediate situation where, say, someone was passed out in front of me or something, or was dying from blood loss and they needed someone to take blood right away. It's like, oh yeah, go ahead, do it. Or if it was family or something that needed blood, I would go and do it. But, you know, going to that clinic or going to that setup out there again and doing it, I'm kind of a bit hesitant, you know. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. So that's that on that one. But yeah, no, but like I said, I definitely support blood donation as well as organ donation too, you know. I mean, I'm not listed as an organ donor because I'm afraid that they may off me for my organs, but I think anyone, or I think I mentioned this to some people close to me, you know, they know that when I die, I want my organs to be donated. But not my brain. I don't want anyone picking around at my brain. My brain goes with me. But yeah, everything else, go for it. I don't need it anymore at that point. So when I die, have at it. Yeah. I don't know. I may go and try and give blood again. Maybe. We'll see. But anyway, as always, that's been my experience, and that's the thing.